Welcome, everyone, to the home of the war chant, Osceola, Renegade, and the Florida State Seminoles, a place simply known to some as the Doak. What a matchup we have in store. It's still early in the season, but this is a major test for a couple of squads who've gotten out of the gate undefeated. As we'll see a squad from the AAC, the Memphis Tigers, taking on the 9th-ranked team in the land, the Florida State Seminoles. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. Memphis will kick it off to get us underway. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So Florida State's offense will take the first swing of the game. And here comes the quarterback. And one thing you know for sure, with this team, as he goes, so goes the offense.
And he's a big-time talent, Reese. This guy can hurt you in a multitude of ways, throwing and running the football. He's going to have to be dialed in, though, because this defense is going to give him a lot of different looks. It's really important mentally this QB is on his game.
Running with power. The pirouette on the run. Just a savvy, veteran, productive run from this junior. Now on first down from the 30.
29 Philly.
He's going to pass. On the run, still looking. Takes a hit as he fires. It's complete. Smashes through the tackle. The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground at the 41. The Seminoles want to crank the tempo. Hands it off. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5.
Here we go.
Looking to pass. It's Uyangalele. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming. We'll see if they go back to the air after the incompletion. It's 3rd and 5. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. In the gun and looking to throw on 3rd down. Unloads to the wideout. That was almost picked off, and what a disaster that would have been to throw a pick on the opening drive. Instead, it's 4th down.
Yeah, and 3rd and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
On 4th down, trying to find his man. He's got him, and they convert. They get him on the ground, but it's a first down. And the Noles getting set on 1st and 10. Power football with the run. On the Houdini-like moves, get it to the 22.
When running backs square their shoulders up, it's when they have the most power. You see him square his shoulders up, break tackles, be strong, continue to plow his way forward, just making it really easy on everybody in this offense by breaking tackles.
On 2nd down, just keeps firing. The quarterback bought as much time as he could, but the defense got to him and sacked him. Now the 8th play of the opening drive, but this time facing 3rd and long. They'll run play action. Slides away. He breaks the tackle. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. Thought maybe they would consider the field goal here, but the offense is staying out there on 4th down. He showed it all there. A little elusiveness, a little power, and he's got the first down.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. they'll try to catch him with a pass. Makes the grab. Goes out of bounds just short of the goal line, and they'll be set up and in great position here. They've moved it right to the precipice of a score, and they need one more yard. Try to barge their way in. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Noles!
And everything works out for the offense, right? They went for it on 4th and 1 earlier. It was a big decision, a big gamble. They got it, and now you pay it off with the touchdown. Head coach is loving that.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the PAT makes it 7-0. Precise, relentless execution on that 13-play scoring drive. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. From inside the 20, chance for great field position. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. So the Memphis Tigers offense will have its first possession of the game. Here are our impact players for this game, and it goes beyond executing an assignment to make an impact in the game.
Yeah, obviously we were talking to both coaching staffs this week, and we asked them who needs to step up and play well. They immediately pointed to...
And the pressure gets there, and down he goes at the 18.
Quarterback sacks is a trend that this offense would like to put an end to pretty quick. Somehow they were able to win their last game out, even though they gave up 4 sacks in that one. That was a huge point of emphasis for this coaching staff. And here early in this one, first quarter, they've now already given up 1.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Looking for a man. It's Hennigan. Completes it in the middle. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. Ball spotted at the 29. Here they come on 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. And he just throws it away on 3rd down. I don't think you can give up on a play like that. Memphis will send the punt team onto the field. They'll look to pin him deep. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Really good balance on that last drive. They mixed it up all over the place, Jesse.
Yeah, how nice, too, to have the defense on their heels, because at this point, they don't know what's coming at them. They had problems stopping it.
Gonna take a shot at this DB. And it falls incomplete, and the offense is lucky to have it. Defender right there, almost had it in his grasp. 2nd down coming up. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion? The Seminoles headed quickly to the line. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. On 3rd and long, trying to convert through the air. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. 3 straight misfires has left them staring at 4th and 10, but they'll try it again. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. The sure hands, it's Benson. He's not going to get there. Stop short on 4th down. Memphis has the ball back and the offense ready to go to work. The coach wants the officials to have another look at the monitor. Using a timeout here, thinks the call is going to end up going his way. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards, get some first downs, get some positive momentum.
So he took a chance by using a timeout on the challenge, and it comes back to bite him. We'll see if he needs that timeout later. A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Back to throw. It's Hennigan. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
Man, this offense has been bad. The first play, nowhere to go, nowhere to run, tackle for a loss. Second play, you get your quarterback sacked. And the third play, now we're sitting in 3rd and long, right where this defense wants to get us.
Better find the ear plugged. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Had to get rid of it quickly. And the missed connection on 3rd down. Memphis will be forced to punt. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. Just enough time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. He'll come out throwing on 1st down. Pressure coming. Pulls it in. It's Douglas. They make the stop, and that's how the first quarter will end. That's the end of the quarter, and Florida State has the lead. We put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. First down to start the drive after the break. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Runs through the tackle. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down.
Yeah, and the running back didn't get much here, but, you clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
From the gun, he leaves it with the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Quarterback checking the play. Back to pass. It's Uiagalelei. Trying to beat the D deep. And he's got it inside the 10. Gets it inside the 5. Down to the 4, and it'll be 1st and goal.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play, and I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
And the Seminoles line it up with a 1st and goal.
Come on, set.
They'll try to get it in with the run. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. Offense trying to pay it off on 2nd and goal.
Out, 55, weak. Ready, go.
Tries again to get it in. And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense. They got nothing and liked it, or probably didn't like it on the last play. Now it's 3rd and goal from the 1. Going right back to the well, and this time he finds water. Gets it into the end zone for the touchdown.
This defense is going to have to do a better job being physical. That's 2 rushing touchdowns they've now allowed. They have got to be better close to the line of scrimmage.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
A lot of eyeballs on your game, guys, and a few on this interesting matchup as well. Auburn is ahead early in Jordan Hare, but that's not exactly Bo Jackson out there running the ball. This game is a long way from being over. They're up by 7 over New Mexico. We've got our eye on this one and everything else going on throughout the day, guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Grab behind the line. It's Drake. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain. Memphis wants to move quickly. From the gun, running back on the move. And you can forget running in the middle against this defense. You got to think they'll try to muscle their way forward on 3rd and short from the 29. the pass. It's Hennigan getting some heat. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery.
Those are hard for offensive linemen when they get beat and you're going, no, look out for your blind side, watch out. But they had a great job rushing the quarterback, getting him on the ground, and getting the football out. A little extra bonus. Nice job by the defense getting nasty.
Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. They wanted to set the tone, strike quickly. Jesse, they've done exactly that, up 2 touchdowns.
And this quarterback has been dialed in, too. He's been so good.
And he's got it! Touchdown, Florida State! No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead.
That is exactly what most offenses will do. Big momentum play. My defense creates a turnover. I'm being aggressive. I'm going for the big score, the big play down the field. They get rewarded. They get the big passing touchdown.
Lining up to add another. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. That's exactly what you want to do when you have that type of field position. Strike quickly, and they did. One play, and they put it on the board. Looking for daylight from inside his 20. Probably needed to pick up an extra block or 2, but as it is, he'll be stopped at the 28. Here comes that Memphis offense back onto the field. They just haven't been able to get anything going, and they better get started or it's going to get away from them, David.
Yeah, and these are the weeks that you really wish that you were playing a video game and you could just reset the console, start over, Jesse, and make something better happen early.
It just looked like they're sleepwalking in this first half, and it's not just one guy. They just haven't been playing collectively as a unit. And if I'm the head coach, I'm considering starting to give some other dudes some chances here.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. Scanning the field, it's Hennigan. Caught near the sidelines. He'll pick up a few before going out of bounds. Memphis will send the punt team onto the field. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. Just too much juice on that one as he airmails his receiver out of bounds.
I think when you go through these progressions as a quarterback, you want to find the right guy to throw to, obviously. I didn't think he was the right guy. I didn't think he was really that open. And listen, he sailed and he overthrew, but I might have surveyed the middle of the field a little bit better there.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Makes the catch. It's Williams. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. He just didn't have a chance to get loose and make his way to that first down marker.
And I think fans get upset sometimes. Like, run your route past the sticks so we get the first down. But nice job by the defense understanding where the sticks were and forcing the 4th down.
I don't know if this is the time for this type of risk. Offense going for it inside its own 40. Running for it on 4th down. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a first down. And the Seminoles will hustle for the line. Trying to find his man on first down. Looking to take a shot. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And guys, if I'm on offense, I am staying aggressive. I know you didn't connect there, but make sure you keep testing this defense because even if you complete one of those throws, That could be the game-breaking play.
Here's the handoff. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
And a great job by the linebacker. You could tell starting to crowd the line of scrimmage, get up there in the line of scrimmage, see it, diagnose it, get in the backfield, get the running back on the ground for the tackle for the loss.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Man, they can barely see the first down marker from there, but they'll go for it on 4th. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Blasted as he lets it go. The incomplete pass ends a frustrating series, and they turn it over on downs. A great spot to start this drive for the offense. Looking to go up top on first down. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Oh, looks as if the defense got it. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own. And the quarterback just couldn't bring himself to pull the trigger and get rid of the ball, and they knock it free.
So let's give the secondary tons of credit, right, Reese? They were doing an outstanding job in the back end, in coverage, not allowing any receivers open, and that's why the QB had to keep holding it and keep holding it. That allowed the pass rush to get to him, and that created the turnover.
They'll throw it on first down. Fires to the middle. Complete to the right. Defense was right there, but they couldn't stop him from making the catch, and he's got it to the 30. Handoff from the gun. Twist his way through.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Quick touch pass to the receiver. Breaks the tackle. Big pickup before he goes out of bounds, but there is a flag. We'll have to see if it stands. Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. Line getting set on second down. Looking to throw it to Uiagalelei. Throws to the wideout. Almost intercepted. It'll fall incomplete. The defense almost came up with a turnover. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. So they'll send out the field goal unit. Looks as if this will be a 51-yard attempt. No good. Missed the field goal, but still up by 3 touchdowns at 21 points.
Florida State, 21. Memphis, 0.
Memphis has the ball back and the offense ready to go to work. That fumble in plus territory just ruined that last drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating when you got the offense moving a little bit and you put that thing on the deck, Jesse. But move on, reload.
Fires into traffic, intercepted. Didn't get a ton on the return, but the most important thing, he got the ball, and they've got it at the 48.
Nice play by the DB. Most people say offenses have the advantage, right? They know where they're going. They have the footing underneath them. Defensive guys, you still got to guess. You might be a little bit more cautious. No, sir, this defensive back does a great job breaking on the football, going up and making the INT.
Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. And with the ball in a spot like this, David, they might try to get something on the board before the break.
Oh, great opportunity to be aggressive. Find those couple plays you like. Push the ball down the field. At least try to get a field goal here, Palmer.
That's it, David. Just a couple of first downs here could be enough to steal 3 points before this half is over.
Wants to throw. It's Uiagalelei. throws toward the end zone. Incomplete. He took a shot on the final play of the quarter and couldn't quite find his man. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
And it should come as no surprise we have ourselves a fun matchup in Tallahassee. And we have to start this halftime breakdown by addressing the play of this elite wide receiver. This is clearly a young man who, once he's finished playing on Saturdays, he's going to be playing on Sundays. The kid has different gears. He has a knack for finding gaps in the defense. And I can't remember a college player with that kind of catch radius.
The Noles will boot it away to start the second half. And it's caught from inside the 20, and here he comes. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. They'll get this drive started from their own 26.
42 Spider. 42 Spider.
Trying to set the tone on the ground in the third. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13.
Ready, go!
He's looking to throw. Got it behind the line. It's Anderson. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
And you got to focus, right? The first thing you're looking at as a defensive lineman, the first thing you understand is the ball starts with a snap count. I have to line up, see the ball. When the ball moves, I move. I know it's simple, but you still see guys jumping off sides all the time.
If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a third down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. Memphis will be forced to punt. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Looking for a block. It's Benson. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. They'll snap it from the 37 for the first play of this drive. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. And if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. A great job in the base defense making a play.
Now facing a 3rd and long.
Here we go. Valley starter.
Dropping back, it's Uyangalele. Going to throw it over the top of the D. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down.
DB does an outstanding job here on the deep pass, locating the football. No PI, able to swat it away, pass incomplete.
The offense with a major gamble here, going for it inside their own 40.
2-9 Philly.
On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. He'll take another shot here. And the incomplete pass, they roll the dice. Snake eyes. Couldn't ask for better field position for this offense. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. Open space at the 25. Touchdown, Tigers. And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call. keep the lid on this guy forever. Sooner or later, he's going to get loose.
He is. He's a bad mother. Shut your mouth. I mean, this dude can make plays. That's why you keep feeding it to him, because at some point, he's going to break it loose and make a huge play.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And after the extra point, they're now down 21-7. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Fellas, it's a final now in one of the more intriguing games of the week, that notable top 25 clash. Alabama opened up a can, and how many times can you say you went into someone else's house and beat them by double digits? It's what happened today, and the rest of college football should take notice. Going to be interesting to see what the fallout from this one is for one ranked team, while the other figures to get a bounce when the new rankings come out, guys.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9.
Get set.
Back to throw. It's Uiagalelei. He almost had the pick, and that could have given them a boost. Instead, it'll be 3rd down. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Almost intercepted, and what a momentum swing that could have been, but they still force a 4th down. The Seminoles will line up to punt it away. A low line drive and not his best work. And this kick will be marked down just inside the 45-yard line.
And these punt returners want to make big plays, but man, oh man, did he make a big mistake. Flipping the field position, defense flying in on him, and he did not secure the football in that play.
Finds a soft spot in the middle. At the 35, he's loose. They are finding soft spots in this defense. He's got it down to the 25. And the Tigers come to the line in the hurry-up.
How nice is it as a quarterback when you don't have to throw post routes to get great stats? No, I can just throw it quickly to one of the fastest players in the entire nation and let him burn this defense.
Pass is incomplete, but there is a flag, and the D might have been a little too rough on the quarterback there. That was right on the borderline. You want to make that quarterback feel you, but the official thought it was a little too much. The roughing the passer penalty. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Quarterback wants to throw on 2nd down. Gets it out quickly. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete. And now on 4th down, they'll try a field goal. And the holder will spot it on the 14 for a 24-yard attempt. And that is no good. And after the miss, it's still a 14-point game.
And that's just a chip shot. That's just a field goal they got to make, guys.
Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And David, to me, that starts with being the more physical team.
No, I definitely agree. Being the more physical team, but understanding the situation of the game. You're still winning. You got the football back.
Looking for a deep man. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on 2nd down. They're staring at 3rd.
How about the quarterback there, buying a little bit of time, a little Houdini act, breaking the tackle, breaking the sack. Maybe now you want him to get his eyes back downfield and try to make a play, but the pressure definitely sped him up and forced the incompletion.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Wide open downfield. And he gets it done on third down. They move the chains and they'll mark it at the 44. The Seminoles will snap it on 1st and 10. Pocket starts to collapse. Got a man. It's Benson. And he's able to shed one tackle, but still just a very short gain.
I love this defense's ability to fight off blocks and rally to the football. They do such a great job pursuing that wide receiver screen to only allow a minimal gain and no first down.
Fires left. He got his hands on it, but couldn't hold on to it. And what a time that would have been for their first pick of the game. After the second down misfire, looking at a 3rd and 8. One running back in the backfield, and he has it. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you could tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
On 4th down, they'll run it, looking for the first. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. First down for this offense. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
Man, the defense smells blood in the water. You can tell. They're getting to this quarterback over and over and over. They've already sacked him a couple times. They're just winning up front. They almost got another sack on that last play.
And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. Third down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple. Fires the pass, intercepted. No real chance on the return, but they've got it at the 34.
I'll tell you, you got to give the defense credit, though, because with these conditions, it's not easy to catch for the offensive players, certainly not for the defense, but great eye-hand coordination securing that interception.
Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. We'll see if that failed 4th down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
Well, you hear about it all the time in football. Go for it. Be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes it puts you in a hole. And, Jesse, now the offense has to come out and respond.
They were real disappointed not getting that first down. You could see.
Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. On 3rd down, going up top. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Hold it. Open.
Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it.
Ready, fight.
That's the end of the quarter, and Florida State has the lead. And they are starting to pull away as we come to the end of the 3rd quarter. Let's take a look at how we got here. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. Now facing a 3rd down as they line up after the break. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Going to take a shot. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down. And the Noles will call on their punt team. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Here's the fair catch, but there is a flag on the field. We might have to do this one again. A special teams penalty costs the D 15 yards as we start this drive. Excellent field position here for the offense. Defense dropping into soft coverage. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. After the incompletion, it's second down. To the air, it's Hennigan. Unloads to the wideout. Not the type of accuracy you typically see from this senior quarterback. Third play of the drive, and they need to take advantage of this field position by making something happen on third and long. Trying to get to him. Got him downfield. Touchdown, Memphis! And the comeback is on. That big score makes the end of this game very interesting.
No doubt the offense got what they needed. More work to do, but you had to get this part accomplished first.
PAT unit on the field. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they cap it off with a 32-yard touchdown pass. And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake would get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on this offense too, David. I think they got to go back to their playmakers and get these guys going in the game.
No doubt, find those plays you know you can run them in your sleep. You make sure you execute, build this lead a little bit bigger, put this thing away in the fourth quarter.
Running back searching for a hole. Smashes through. He just never got started going forward. A huge loss of 8 on the play. Now on second down. To the air. It's Uiagalelei. Fires to the wideout. Good quickness to grab it off the bounce. That defense got gashed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47. The Seminoles moving quickly to the line. That's why everybody has to do the tip drill, DBs and receivers, and it worked out this time for the offense.
That's exactly what you want as a defender. Just get your hand on the football, let that thing bounce, and you see so many big plays made, but it was the opposite. It goes right to the wide receiver, makes the play, makes the catch. Man, that's frustrating for a defense.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. And he was able to run through 1 tackle, but still only a modest gain. They not only have to deal with this defense, but the noise from this crowd on 3rd and 4. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Benson. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
I think most offenses around the country in a situation like this with the lead late would be trying to run the football, right, or throw it short and try to bleed the clock. But this offense, man, it's still pedal to the metal. They're looking for chunk play opportunities.
Grabbed in the backfield. It's Douglas. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Seminoles. They tack a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback and wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Southern Miss is trailing right now, but I'm not ready to say this team is out. Not after the way this group has rallied around that coach. It really has been something to see. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to USF. We are the eyes and ears of the college football fan, and we've got you covered all day here in studio, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. To the air, it's Hennigan. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, back up inside their 20. Got rid of it just in time. Just tried to ease it out there, and it falls incomplete. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. They're bringing heat. Incomplete on 4th down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Line gets set. 1st down. Give to the back. Pulled down after a pickup of 5. A statement run in the red zone to the 13.
And that's really nice offensively because you're in the red zone. You do have an opportunity to add to your lead here, but you're staying in bounds. I think the clock right now is the most important thing. How can we keep this thing ticking away? By going down in bounds, you're doing exactly that.
We've reached a 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. The inside handoff. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. And for the 2nd time tonight, they'll trot out the field goal kicker. Splits the uprights right down the middle. And now the lead is extended a little further. They keep pushing that lead out, and the kickoff team's getting some work. Hauls it in inside his 20, and here he comes. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Here comes that Memphis offense back onto the field. Not a lot of hope here, down 3 possessions late.
No, and I love this part as a pass rusher because I'm just pinning my ears back, getting to the quarterback. I know it's a pass every single time. Palmer, I'm trying to pad my stats. I'm sure you're just trying to stay upright.
Well, we're definitely just trying to stay alive at this point, but you're also trying to build confidence, too, for your next opponent. If you can find some completions late in the game, even though it looks like you're going to lose it, it's all about building on the good things you do this week so that you're out executing at a higher level than next time.
And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. You make up the game plan, and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. With the catch, it's Anderson. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. And the incomplete pass turns the ball over on downs.
And I get it. That's for pride's sake. This game's over. Like, I know you're down and you're trying to mount drives, and sometimes you even try to get young guys in the game at this point. But now you're just fighting for pride and just letting them try not to get any more points on the score.
They've got the big fellas out there. A 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. The give is to Williams. Runs through a tackle. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain.
And a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
Quarterback will audible. Running it to the right. Plows through the defense. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. And while they could run victory formation, you also have to think about padding those stats. Never a doubt. And that will extend their lead even further. That field goal, now it takes a touchdown to beat them, so you want to pin them back and then let the defense have a little room to work with. On the move from inside his own 20. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Memphis has the ball back and the offense ready to go to work. The deficit is large, hope is fainting, but they'll try to finish strong.
Made a lot of mistakes in this game, and that's why it looks like they're going to take the L. Lots of things to improve on, lots of things to coach upon, and at this point, I think if you're a head coach, David, you're just trying to see which of your guys aren't quitting late in the game.
Yeah, which is a real thing, by the way. Who's going to compete to the final whistle? What do we talk about all the time? Coaches are always preaching to these guys. Don't worry about the scoreboard. Just compete as hard as you can. So, good opportunity to try to finish this game with
just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab. They get the timeout call with 7 seconds left on the clock. They're down to the 32-yard line on 1st and 10. Feeling some heat. And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback. All business today for this ball club. They come out and they get the win.
And that's all that matters. It's not always pretty. You don't always do everything you want to do or check all the boxes. But at the end of the game, Jesse, you want that W.
No doubt about it. They made the plays they needed to make in order to get this win. I thought the quarterback showed tremendous poise, good leadership throughout the course of the game. Defense made stops when they had to make them. So, right, there were some things that are going to need to clean up moving forward, but ultimately they were the better team today.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.
Make sure you click the circle to subscribe to my YouTube gaming channel, and make sure you click the box to watch my previous uploads. Take care, and thanks again.